Fancy staggering over to the pub for a spot of lunch?
How about afternoon tea on the terrace? Here.
Built in the 17th century, Castle Frederick has welcomed royalty and, ooh, stars of stage and screen.
It's only an hour's drive away. There's a chapel for weddings, rose gardens for the photographs, and a state dining room for the reception. It'd be perfect.
Yeah, it would do as a haunted mausoleum in a Hammer horror movie. The one where the virgin bride's buried alive. Ah!
I'll have a shower and we'll go.
Oh, I fancied a few pints and a bit of a lie down together.
Look, these places book up months in advance. If we don't get a move on, we'll end up with a naff reception in the village hall.
And that's a bad thing, is it?
So funny, Simon. Where are you going?
You've used the last of the milk, Angel. I'll be back before you've dried your hair.
It says homemade on menu.
Well, that's because it is.
Then why is it still frozen in the middle?
You've been busted, Donna.
Well, I'll heat it up for you, but you won't get a refund.
Look, roast beef and homemade Yorkshire pudding, it says. I could have you under trading standards.
Oh, give it here.
You don't get service like this in the pub.
That's because this is half the price. If you don't like it, get Pearl to cook your dinner.
If only. This is the first decent meal I've had all week. Been up to suspender belts in cake mix all day, every day.
Do you mind? I'm eating.
Seems to have engendered a less than friendly rivalry. Strange what makes fairer sex, Dick.
Women. One of life's great unsolved mysteries.
No, I've got them sussed. You get them flowers on their birthday, jewellery at Christmas, and you keep them happy between sheets.
That is so last century, Danny. We've moved on. You can't just buy a girl's affections.
You can have fun trying, can't you?
Well, that might explain why you never bothered with me.
Pint of milk, please. You're out next door.
40p.
And if you got another of those dinners...
I'd give Yorkshires a miss if I were you.
Oh, is that one of my fingernails missing? Because I'm sure I had a full set when I was slaving over the hot stove to cook your stinking lunch.
Was you like that when you were courting? Sad wannabes in the knickers selling the latest kiss and tell. Thought you were above that kind of thing.
I'm as interested in a good story as the next woman.
Well, I suppose you sitting there with the papers makes you look less like sad Sadie no, mates.
For your information, I could have had lunch with Zoe today, but I thought I'd give her some space.
Next time you're loose, then why don't you give me a call? I'm sure we could find a way to keep each other entertained.
I'll never be that desperate.
Oh, I reckon you're desperate, all right.
So if I can have my paper back, thank you.
Still pulling your strings, is he? Your pet coffin dodger.
My ex-father-in-law understands that I have a life of my own.
Then you won't mind if I stay put then, will you? Can I have this back?
Oh, I'll have the corkscrew in the kitchen.
Oh, I'll go.
That's okay. Just be a second.
So, Bishop, how was the service for you?
Most enjoyable. And thank you both for an unexpected and most welcome invitation.
Oh, you're always welcome here. Not that it's my place to make you feel welcome. See what I mean?
I hope you haven't gone to too much trouble, Laurel.
I don't live here. So why should I be cooking?
I'll just check on the chicken pie. You sit and relax. I won't be a moment.
Oh. So, what do you think about world events in the world today, generally?
I never seem to find the time to look at the newspaper before Sunday evening.
Oh, well, there's one here if you want a quick read.
I think I'll pass on that one.
Oh, yeah. Are you capable of reading? Or do you just look at the pictures?
There's no problem reading what's on your mind.
Really? Then why are you still here?
Oh, shall we join the ladies?
Oh, no way, not if they're still going on about cakes.
Obsessed they are. Pearl was up till 2 this morning with a flaming sponge.
Well, dangerous hobbies, these. One day it's confectionery, the next a naked calendar.
No, we've been there, done that. We had one not so long back.
Male or female?
All the ladies. Caused quite a stir.
They found 12 models. How?
Well, even Edna offered her services, so I've heard.
This I have to say.
Oh, fully clothed, of course. She supported charitable intent without compromising her dignity.
My pearl will be the same. Modesty incarnate, she is.
I beg to disagree. I bet she'd jump at the chance.
Never. I know it like the back of my hand.
I want proof. If Ivor says you're wrong.
Mind if I join you?
Yes. Is there something wrong with your hearing?
You're just a nerd, because I'm getting so close.
I'm close enough to realise that you haven't had a shower for some time.
A bit lacking in facilities with current digs. What I could do with is a nice bed, an hot bath, and someone to scrub me back for me.
You're invading my personal space, if you don't mind.
I do. You fancy buying us a pint?
Pint of arsenic, maybe. Excuse me. Move.
Make me. Go on. I like a bird with a bit of spirit.
You make my flesh crawl.
Go on, talk dirty again. Or are you saving it for Grandad over here?
I've had enough.
Go on then, in front of all these people, go on!
Is that not a good move?
Do you want to take it outside? That's if your pacemaker's up to it.
No, he doesn't, do you, Dad?
Come on then!
Hey. Less of the raging testosterone and more peaceful coexistence, please.
Shut it, Nancy boy.
Look, we don't do homophobia in this bar. Probably best that you find somewhere more bigot-friendly to do your drinking.
You heard the man.
Sorry, love. And you thought it was your lucky day, eh? I'd watch your back if I were you. See ya.
Someone should really make him do something about that jacket.
Does seem to have been dogging my footsteps recently.
Must be your animal magnetism.
Maybe you should be more choosy about the company you keep.
You've been such a gentleman, Tom. Please let me buy you a drink.
I don't think so. Take care of yourself.
To milk the cow and turn it into cheese.
Oh, I was just on my way home now.
And your treacle sponge and custard.
You can take that back for starters.
Oh, no, it's his pudding.
Take it away. I might have known you'd be stuffing your face with trans fatty acids as soon as my back was turned.
Well, I got held up. Hey, you should read this. The one about the vicar. It's a belter.
You'd rather sit and read lurid details of someone else's sex life than arrange our wedding.
I'll put my foot down.
Oh, don't bother. If you're not interested, I'll go on my own.
You want this now?
Yeah, might as well.
Where's he going now?
Bishop's powder room. Poor Laurel, she's on pins.
He can appear quite intimidating, but with a bit of luck, once the ice is broken, she gets to know him as a human being. I told you it would all go marvellously.
Well, apart from showing him the paper that says Reverend Sordid Defrock Shame and offering him so many drinks he thinks I'm an alcoholic, it's going marvellously marvellous.
Laurel, you're doing fine.
Just relax. This is an informal lunch, not the annual visit of the Witchfinder General.
Well, he's just ticking the suitable to be a vicar's wife boxes one by one, and I failed already.
I love you. So will he. Just keep on being yourself.
Oh, Bishop! Hellfire! Damnation!
I suggest we all adjourn to the wall pack.
No, Ashley. Offer the bishop another drink. Ethan, put the veg back in the oven. Leave this one to me.
You look shifty. He's a man, isn't he? It's just their natural expression.
Me and the boys have got a question for you.
Go on, then.
Well, it's rather personal. And before I ask it, you don't have to give me an answer.
Oh, come on, spit it out, man.
Would you ever consider posing for naked photographs?
Leonard, love. Is this the time or the place?
Oh, no, stop right there. I have no desire to be besmirched by the sordid details of your physical relationship.
Well, I might have done. In me,
It's for a charity calendar, not for titillation. Like those ladies at the Women's Institute, you know, those that in the film.
Well, that's different. I wouldn't think twice.
Oh, utterly distasteful.
Well, you'd expose yourself So the nation naked?
Well, we're all born naked and we meet our maker naked. And we're a bit too long in the tooth to be prudish, for heaven's sake. So name your worthy cause and point the camera.
Right, I'll get back to you.
What can I get you?
You have to ask.
Not now, okay?
Not ever, you mean?
Ta-dam! Courtesy of Bobo, Master Baker. I won't try saying that after I've had a few.
I'm going to ban cake from these premises.
It's one of his rejects. Go on, have a slice.
No, a moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips.
Oh, go on.
Terry, don't, you're embarrassing me.
Oh, we're supposed to be celebrating. I mean, Big Al's agreed to replace the rotten roof in the B&B at his expense, which means we've got a mortgage,
Yeah.
which means we're back on track.
Terry, no thanks. Oh, that's perfect. I'm going to pass on the cake.
Oh.
I thought you and Dad were having lunch.
Should never make assumptions in this life, James. That should cover for them. I'm off. You coming?
No, I'm going to stay for another.
Can I pay my bill, Louise? Yes, Eddie, that's $8.50.
Oh, right. Keep the change.
Thank you.
Magnanimous for a woman on the verge of bankruptcy.
Once my solicitors finish with you, you'll be struggling to scrape enough together for a pint of bitter.
Solicitor, eh? Handbags at dawn, is it?
Yeah. I'm meeting her tomorrow. She specialises in divorce, you know, getting women their fair share.
Well, let's hope she's a looker.
You disgust me.
The feeling's mutual.
Fancy a pint?
You talking to me?
I think it's time we had a word.
Not quite the loaves and fishes, but just as welcome.
Now, I'm not a born cook. Runs in the family. My Aunt Dymphna once poisoned a whole wedding party with a ham that had gone green. She thought it was a mustard.
If you'd like to say grace.
Yes, Your Grace. To say grace.
For what we're about to receive, may the Lord make us truly thankful.
Amen.
Amen.
And thank you, Laurel, for saving our bacon.
And cooking it.
Like the song used to say, just goes to show you never can tell.
Well, it's your nearest and dearest you don't have a clue about. I mean, Jack the Ripper's wife? I rest my case.
Well, I remember seeing this TV programme when I was a kid. You'd have couples answering questions. One would get stuffed in a sound booth, the other would answer the questions. The more they got right, the more they won.
Mr. and Mrs. It's what you'd call nowadays cult television.
Which is why I think it would be perfect for our next quiz night. I mean, forget about what's the capital of Kazakhstan. What we really want to know is how often does your partner cut his toenails?
You're having a laugh.
Well, look around. Half the clientele's married or coupled off or having affairs with the blissfully coupled off. The pressure on us sad singletons is unbearable. But gentlemen, you are here at the renaissance of the couples quiz. Hetero and homosexual partners, welcome.
Not my kind of thing. I'll pass on that one.
Oh, do you really have to go? We've got coffee, mints, brandy.
As I'm driving, that wouldn't be wise.
Oh, no.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Now, you're not going to go thinking that threw that pie on the floor on purpose.
I'm sure that didn't cross Bishop George's mind.
Not at all, my dear. In fact, you showed admirable resourcefulness under pressure.
Did I?
The sign of an excellent hostess. Snatching victory from the jaws of defeat.
Ooh.
Hope to see you soon, Ashley.
Yes, I'll show you to your car.
Bye. Do you think he was telling the truth?
He's a bishop. He isn't allowed to lie.
Oh, if only he knew. I know this sounds awful, but all through lunch I had to stop myself from wishing that it would just choke him.
Laurel.
Well, if it wasn't for him, we'd be nearly married by now. What? Sorry.
Like you're going to get anyone to stand up in public and confess they don't know anything about each other.
They're queuing up to appear on Jerry Springer. You're just bitter and twisted because you're single.
Nah, sounds like a fast track to divorce to me. If you stand up and admit that you don't know her bra size and what kind of knickers she likes, your history.
Oh, so you know Nicholas size then, dear?
In theory, yeah. Look, I don't buy into this warts and all approach. There's a lot to be said for women keeping their feminine allure. I mean, take away Mystique, and what have you got? Nicola in the shower. Shaving her armpits with me razor.
Drying garments on the radiator.
I'll rest my case. Well, I was aiming for the more cerebral approach. What makes your partner tick, that kind of thing. What really goes on between you in those private moments when the bedroom door closes.
Oh, yeah, steady on. No gentleman ever divulges.
I mean, which side of the bed and what type of toast in the morning. Look, we charge £5. Well, we only need 10 couples, and we've got enough for a romantic dinner à deux for our winsome winners. And I'm putting you two down for starters.
I don't think so.
Down for what, love?
Oh, you wouldn't be interested.
Mr. and Mrs.
Made for each other, Mr. and Mrs. Dum-dum-de-dum-dum.
So it's here, next Thursday, and the couple most pricked by Cupid's arrows wins a cash prize.
Oh, hey, I used to love watching that on telly. It was always the fellas that let the side down.
No danger of that. You couldn't find a more committed, well-matched couple this side of Charles and Camilla. Hey, put us down.
The lady doth protest too much, in my opinion.
You'll find out soon enough. Pay the man, Leonard. Then get yourself home and start boning up on my idiosyncrasies.
Get there and back by TARDIS, did we?
Didn't bother. They'd have thought I was one of those sad spinsters with an imaginary fiancé.
Yeah, well, if you'd waited for another 10 seconds for your real fiancé, he would have come with you.
I thought you hated the place.
You just presumed that I hated it.
If you're not interested in this wedding, why don't you just come out and say so?
I'm not. Not interested in the wedding. Honest.
But then why do you get more excited about a sack of crabs than planning the best day of your life?
Aye, you see, well, that's where you're so wrong. Because if I wasn't interested, why would I have entered us for the Mr. and Mrs. competition?
What?
Here soon, cash prize for the most loved-up couple.
Oh, Simon. You really think you know me so well?
Every little detail logged and stored away for future reference.
Oh, you're so sweet.
And we'll go to that castle next week. And anything else I can do for you in the meantime, you just tell me. Your wish is my command, oh cruel mistress.
You might just live to regret that one, peasant.
Oh, and I'm quite a pleasant peasant. And we've got the house to ourselves. So, how about I take you there right now and tell you exactly how sorry I am?
Mind your back, Simon.
Look, I know what it's like going solo, scratching around for a few quid. It's a lonely life.
Brought it on myself, though, haven't I?
Enjoying it, are you? No. We kings always work better when we stick together.
Look, what's this about? You going to undercut my deal with Don Clough now, try and finish me off?
I don't know. I could make things difficult, I suppose. But I'd rather keep everything in the family.
But me being pariah of the year, I've just got to get on with it.
Not necessarily. You could think about coming back. I'm offering to take you back.
Needed a good gallop to let off steam. You have no idea how hard it is to raise a solicitor on a Sunday.
Solicitor?
Yeah, Jimmy's playing mind games, so I already told him I have one on board. But of course, the only legal firm I know work for Tom. I know you're friendly with that Rachel What's-it.
Whatmore. And I wouldn't say that we were on particularly friendly terms.
Right. It's inconvenient. I'll call someone else.
No, I'll give her a ring tonight. If you're sure that's what you really want.
I need all the help I can get. I mean, Jimmy's probably moving all his assets to some offshore account as we speak.
And there's no chance of you settling this amicably?
Ironic, isn't it? I tried to protect Tom, but I end up the outsider. Jimmy had an affair, but I'm the one who's driven from the family. I think any chance of an amicable settlement is long gone. It's every woman for herself.
All the time he was sitting there, I knew he was thinking that could have been us on the front of that paper.
Hardly think so. We haven't done anything quite as outrageous as this unfortunate man and his stepmother. And her daughter.
Oh. Oh, just wish we could get married.
We have to try our best to be patient.
How can I be patient when all I want to do is rip your shirt off and drag you upstairs?
Sometimes all I want to do is to take you into my arms. But I know if I allowed myself to do that, one thing might lead to another.
Everything's a lot more tempting when you know you can't have it. Like chocolate when you're on a diet.
I've never stopped wanting you. You must know that.
But when you're on a diet, you know, every so often you feel that you can't cope with depriving yourself any longer. Normally, you have a few bars. And then you don't have another one for ages, Ashley.
You know that's out of the question.
The money's secondary, surely. It's the love you've lost that matters.
Oh, try watching your husband in bed with some cheap whore, then let's talk about love.
Yes, but if you go down the legal route, there is no turning back.
Well, it's the only weapon I have. I was foolish enough to believe that Tom would always be there for me, but blood always wins out, doesn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so.
If they're determined to close ranks and to write me out of history, then I'm going to make sure that I don't have to spend the rest of my life scratching for a living. I helped build up that business as much as they did. They owe me, and they're going to pay.
You boys are all I've got left. You're my past, my present, and with a bit of luck, my future. Painful lesson learned, eh?
Just like that? Come on, hit me with it. What's the catch?
There's no catch.
Matt's not going to like it.
No.
Why do you want me back and not her?
You both behaved disgracefully. And at least she didn't get round to bedding my ex-fiancée. You might be the world's biggest idiot, but you're still my flesh and blood.
She keeps on and on about a solicitor.
That's between the two of you. I don't want to know.
She doesn't deserve a penny from us.
Years of loyal service, and she makes one mistake. A bit like someone not a million miles from here, eh? Grace in victory, lad. Well, what'd you say?
Thanks, Dad. I won't let you down.
You better not.